That one? No, in the white over there. So we're in Kandy. We're at the Temple of the Tooth, which is a extremely culturally significant temple, which is said to contain the left lower canine of Buddha's body, like his teeth. We are not allowed to record like in a selfie style, so we're going to try to avoid doing that.
And we can't face the back.
And we can't face our back,
Yeah.
to the temple, which I was just doing earlier.
And you gotta also cover your shoulders and your knees. So Lil's wearing a...
So let's go. Just taking our shoes off to before we go into the temple.
As a sign of respect, can't wear shoes.
Is the passage that the king has used. The king has used. Okay, this is the passage that the king has used. You can see the beauty of the decoration or the carvings, and you can see how big the stone is. It is a single piece of stone.
Wow.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy elephant.
So we are in this beautiful wooden structure, which is the last king of Kandy's courthouse, and that impression over there is where the throne would sit, and it looks very much like the Independence Hall in Colombo, and we learnt that the Independence Hall took inspiration from this structure, which is cool.
Also, this is the same spot where the British governor signed with the Sri Lankan ministers at the time the takeover of the country, because they couldn't win with war. They went to each minister and offered kingship if they handed the king over. And then they got betrayed by the Brits. We were about to see a taxidermied elephant that used to carry the Tooth Relic in a casket. So you've seen that elephant, the taxidermy elephant now, and if you don't know anything about Sri Lankan culture or anything about Sri Lanka, especially for the viewers from outside of Sri Lanka, I suggest you YouTube Asala Perahara. I'll put the spellings down below and you can see what that elephant was used for.
So we're at the... Oh, nothing, blooper. The story of the Temple of the Tooth is that Buddha, who was from India and started the philosophy of Buddhism, died in the 3rd century BC and was cremated in India. One of his followers took one of the pieces of the cremated body, which was the bottom left canine of tooth, and smuggled it into Sri Lanka because it wasn't safely kept in India, apparently. And they smuggled it in, at the time, they smuggled it in their daughter's bun, hair bun. So it's been in Sri Lanka since the 3rd century BC and has moved about the country, and then in the 17th century AD, it was moved to Kandy, and this temple, the Temple of the Tooth, was built around it. And this is a place where A lot of kings have held court, so it's very culturally significant. And
What did you see inside?
so inside there was lots of beautiful Buddhist monuments. The actual tooth is kept on the second level inside 7 gold caskets. You can't see the caskets, it's behind some art. Lots of people praying, lots of offerings of flowers and coins. Yeah, it was beautiful. So this lake was built by one of the Kandian kings, I think 300 years ago, just for beauty, just to make the city look more beautiful.
Nothing else. And it does make it quite beautiful.
It does make it quite beautiful.
So we've just arrived at our hotel in Kandy. It's called the Mount Batten Bungalow. That's what you're seeing in the background. And the gardens are really nice here. But the craziest thing is their pool. Show you the pool. It's an infinity pool with a really pretty view. How nice is that? I'll do a room tour of our place. Just walking over there now. They look like little cabins. Wait for me. Wow. Oh my god. So nice. Big bathroom. Wow, it's huge. Bathroom is so big. And a bathtub. With a nice view. It's all bush in the back.
And there's monkeys out there.
Are they monkeys?
Yeah, I saw some jumping about before. Let me go into the
We'll try to spot some monkeys. Just a lot of bush in the back.
We're gonna go for a swim at the pool. This way. Go. Oh god, I choked on my hair.
Oh wow, so look at this.
Real content. Can you zoom in?
How good is this, Jessica?
Wait, stop. Stay there. Let me take a photo of you.
I can't believe how good the view is out here. Live react of me getting in. No, don't hold it. Oh, it's cold. No, hang on. Let me do it. Oh, you snake.
Bro's being broke.
You're it. Oh,
Right on the toe.
it's still heavy in the water, Jack. Especially on my toe.
I got so much fun!
Hey everyone, we're gonna spend the day in Kandy City.
A lot of touristy activities coming up.
So we don't think much about that because the quantity does not matter. What matters is the quality. Sometimes in that very thin bed,
We're in a makeshift gem mine. Quite realistic, actually.
So if there's been mining for 3,000 years,
I find this so interesting.
but at the time of formation, various other additional elements get into it, and these elements add color to it. Titanium gives blue color, so we get the famous blue sapphire.
In this section, they do custom jewellery and like cut and polishing of stones and whatnot. So that's what all these guys are doing.
If there's still something remaining, you make powder out of it, and you make glossy paints like lipstick, you
So this place is one of the biggest gemstones in Sri Lanka. It's called the Blue Empress. And you can see a star-shaped reflection on the top of it because of the hexagon crystalline pattern inside the stone. And I think it's about 200 and something carat. Insane. The showroom is crazy. It's so big. Lily wants to look at some sapphires.
Fascinating.
What are you gonna do?
Look at them. I want to. There's no little ones. They're all huge.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
One day I'll own one. And it'll be around Lil's neck maybe.
I have gem fever.
She's got gem fever. She's looking at rings, but I don't know who's gonna buy her them. Because I've already bought her 2.
We just are leaving the gem museum and we learned some really cool facts about gems. What I learnt is that there's like a layer of stones at a particular depth under Sri Lanka that just is, that's where all the stones live.
It's about 20 meters deep.
So that's when they build mines, they just dig to about 20 meters and then just go along for about 30 meters and then they stop.
And then there's like preceding minerals. So the way they know.
Yeah, so there's like families of people that know the signs of. People are trained to be able to look at the surface and they see things like minerals, plants, specific rocks, and that tells them where they should build a mine because their stones.
It tells them like what sort of stones they would uncover, and they're always right apparently.
Incredible. Very cool. It's more complicated than I thought. I don't know. In Australia we have open cut mines where they just dig a big hole, but here it's really finessed.
All right, off to our next location.
So this is the original art of this one. So we can also keep a cloth over the design. You can see the design.
Yeah.
You can copy it to another one. So after copying it, we will start the batik process. So we will do waxing and dyeing process. As I showed you, after copying the design, so we will have to do the waxing using these tools. So she will show you. You can draw the lines like that. But you have to be very careful not to spill the wax. So without spilling the wax, you have to do it very neatly.
Is that pigmented?
This is wax, paraffin wax.
Does it have a colour?
No, normally it's white color. The white color wax that we made candles. So white color. After mixing it with the dyes and all, it will turn into this color. That's why it's. So carefully you have to draw the design.
Yeah, someone else take have a go.
Tony's gonna have a go at waxing.
Very careful. Now you can draw.
Oh my god. Terrible. Oh, he's got shaved hands. This man does cannulas for a living. Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't too specific.
That's beautiful, man. I like that. This one.
It'd be nice if it was green and then I agree.
Our family helped us make this
So how we decide the price is?
fabric. So what we just saw in the batik fabric factory is the process of making the batik patterns on the fabric. So what they do is they start by printing a design on the fabric using pencil, and they've got stencils in their workshop that they copy like elephants, and so they put wax on the fabric like in the specific spot that they want to protect the fabric from the dye. Then they treat the fabric with a dye binder. Then they dye the fabric. So our fabric was dyed red, and where the wax was dripped, the dye didn't touch the fabric, so that appears as white. So then they take the piece of fabric that's been dyed and they wash it in cold water and then hot water, and the hot water removes the wax. It melts off. Then they can go back and create more designs with more wax, adding more colours and making it more intricate. So it's really beautiful.
Are we going here to eat?
This is where the others are.
Let's cut through. What are you having?
Egg,
Egg
roti, and we got a kotu, and then afterwards we're gonna have honey hopper.
Any hopper?
Yeah. Honey hopper.
Yeah.
He said this is some of the best kotu.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we get a kotu? Would you mind ordering? We just had a very chaotic lunch, but it was delicious.
It was
food.
probably one of the best lunches we've had. Highly recommend that place.
We got egg roti, chicken kotu, plain hoppers and egg hoppers, and then for dessert we had
Pani hopper, which is like
so
honey
good.
hoppers, which had like a coconut jaggery
filling.
filling in the middle of the folded hopper. That was delicious.
Have you had that before?
I have, but what they used to do is they mix the jaggery into the batter itself, so you don't. It's not a filling; it's just a hopper.
Sweet hopper.
But the batter is sweet.
Yeah.
But so it's not as sweet as what we just had.
Yeah.
This one is probably the best way to ever do honey hoppers or penny hopper.
Time for a haircut.
Yeah, I've been growing my beard out unintentionally, and I gotta get it cleaned up now.
That looks so handsome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good length. Do you like it?
I just got my beard trimmed for the first time since leaving Australia. How many days do you reckon it's been now? Or weeks?
Well, we've been here for 28 days.
Yeah.
27 days.
Yeah, I look a bit more handsome, I'd say.
I think so.
Yeah.
But you're
Looks good.
handsome